local news and local content here on Seclo Sounds, your community radio station.
Join me, Gary Fitz, every Monday night, 10 o'clock.
Leading the fight, one man fate has made indestructible. His name,
Gary Fitz here.
2 hours of the coolest tunes, every Monday night, 10 o'clock.
Well, that's details of one of the great shows we have here on Seclo Sounds tonight. That's Gary Fitz. He's joining us this evening. Tune into that. It's an absolutely fabulous show. He's been here for years. I think he's done about 200 shows on the station. And well worth a listen, as all the shows are here on Seclo Sounds. And here, well, we just heard from the album High Fidelity, a track called High Above. And let's rejoin my guest today, multi-award winning composer, writer, producer, and the current keyboardist with the Moody Blues, Mr. Alan Hewitt. I mean, if you were having a weekend off, what would you do? What would you do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if you got the weekend off?
Well, you know, Terry, it's funny because every week or every day is the same to me. So it's basically get up, work, compose, maybe go for a bike ride.
Yeah.
Go back to the studio and do it. I mean, that's just what I like to do. I'm, how your dad used to go to the wood shop. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what it is to me. I mean, it's just the place I want to be, and I just like to. It's just something I just can't not stop doing. So, I try, believe me, but it doesn't happen.
So, yeah, because you mentioned bike riding, I heard you race bikes.
Yes, I cycle.
Cycle, yeah. It's pedal bikes, isn't it?
Yeah, like you guys do over here.
Yeah, like we do, yeah. And also, I heard recently you had a bit of a nasty injury.
I've had a lot of them. I've fractured my eye socket, cracked 2 ribs, shoulder blade, or my shoulders, both shoulders, knees. Yeah, I seem to get a lot of... I've been laying off for the last couple of months just because of that, because I've got to heal up.
You'll just give me all the good reasons not to go cycling.
Right. Oh, it looks dangerous here. Your roads are so thin.
It's not great on the roads. I remember when I was a young lad, about 10 years of age, which was quite a few years ago now. Yeah. About 40 plus years ago. I used to go out on my bike around the little villages where I used to live. I'll tell you what, if I went round them now, I'd be frightened to death because of the lorries and the cars. And,
oh my God!
It's dangerous. Yeah, I mean. You know, but so do you actually race in America or in races or?
I don't race. I got asked to be on a couple teams, but I like to go out later than they go out. They go in the morning, and this is when I was living in California. So I would go out in the midday and maybe grab lunch too, because it was more of a. I'd like to go out and I ride fast, but then I like to take a break, and that's when I call my buddies or whatever, and then I'd go back to work. About 2 o'clock or so. Mm-hmm. so that's my routine, pretty regular routine.
Do you do the cycling to sort of keep fit, or is it just something to help? Both.
It's fit, but also, when you exercise, period, it just kind of stimulates your mind, and also kind of, I think it gets the serotonin going. Mm-hmm. So it makes you feel better and all that, and I just found that it was really just. I got addicted to it, to tell you the truth. Yeah. It was just a wonderful way to exercise. I'm not much for going to the gym.
No, I must admit, I'm not a gym person at all. Yeah. And I mean, you must also keep fit because you've got 4 dogs. You must take them out for a walk.
Yeah, unfortunately, we only have 1 left.
Oh, you've only got 1 left?
Yeah,
I heard you
over the last, they were all close to the same age. So, but we have 1 Basset Hound left.
Oh, lovely.
And they're great. And they were just so much fun. But yeah, we have 1 left, and he's doing good.
And you're I was told you're an animal activist. I don't quite know what that means. But,
well, that just means that I do work for groups that are doing missions to, for instance, whale rescue or dolphins and any kind of thing like that. PETA, Humane Society, and ASACPP. In America. I think you have one here. And so a lot of times my services are more in the musical thing where I'll do there are documentaries, and furnish the music for nothing and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And also I used to be on the whale rescue team where we rescued pelicans and seals and whales and all kinds of things, and it was great. That was so much fun.
What was that, when you were in California?
Yeah.
Whereabouts in California did you used to live?
It was in L.A.
Oh, I know, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
great... I tell you what, California's a great coast. We have an advert over here on TV, and it says California. And I've had the great pleasure, I've been to San Francisco, San Diego, and numerous times to LA.
Right.
And I've seen whales and I've seen dolphins, and it's just an amazing place.
Incredible, isn't it?
It is. I mean, see them in the wild. I mean, these dolphins do exactly what they do in the theme parks in the wild.
And that's another thing. I mean, we were kind of spearheading that whole... Did you ever see that documentary, Blackfish?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, well, there was the one that we did was Fall from Freedom, which was the predecessor to that. Ours was not so politically correct, and it kind of paved the way for Blackfish, and plus they had a couple of celebrities on there. So it's basically, the bottom line is against captivity. So that's what those were about, and they actually got SeaWorld to stop capturing orcas.
That's right. Because they got into trouble a little while ago. We won't actually probably best not get down onto that one, but never mind. I mean, I understand you obviously when you're touring, it's quite a heavy sort of schedule on the road, and you sort of book up every day. I mean, I understand you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Do you find that hard finding food when you're touring?
Sometimes, but it's amazing how the world has changed, and there's always some place where I can find, like a veggie burger, or I can do pasta and, anything like that, too. So I'm not a strict vegan as far as I do, milk and yogurt, but nothing with a mom.
You don't do fish, no? You don't do...
No fish, no.
No fish at all. So what would you say is your favourite food? If you do you cook at home, or...
Yeah, when I have time. I think... there's a lot of good things. Every time, actually, over here, I've gotten some really good stuff when I've been in England at different places. I like pasta a lot. I like Italian.
You like Italian food?
Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
It's actually, England has woken up to sort of dietary things of the last few years, the gluten-free, the vegetarian. I mean, about the last 10 years, England has really woken up to food. I think it's a great thing. I'm much into food, as people who know me very well.
Good man, Terry.
No.
Well, I have seen a change, a drastic one, even in the last 3 years. And one year that we toured here with the Moody's, Paul McCartney's caterer was our caterer, and oh man, that stuff was, since he's a vegetarian, that guy was great.
Oh, yeah. Him and his wife have a range of vegetarian food out. Well, his wife uses Linda's name, and she does vegetarian sausages and things like this.
Oh, he's very, very active. He's got I bought this one shirt that he did. It was it has a cow in the front, and I can't remember what it says, but I bought that from him.
Yeah,
I thought that was neat.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going for a night out when you're at home in States, what would you do? Would you go to a gig? Would you go to the theatre? Or would you go to a comedy show? Which would you do?
That's a tough one, Terry.
I know. I like tough questions.
I may go see some friends play.
Yeah,
that would be a fun thing. And I like to go out and eat, and relax. That's pretty much the time that I get to spend time with my wife and stuff.
Yeah. So have you seen anything decent? Have you seen anything good at the theatre you can recommend to us?
Well, let's see. I don't like violent movies, so a lot of people like that stuff. No. I like I believe it or not, I just like light stuff. Yeah. I tell you what, I like Stripes. How about that? Stripes,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a cracking movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, those are funny to me.
They're great movies. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, people laugh at me. I love Disney. I love the Disney stuff.
Yeah.
The kiddies movies.
Oh, yeah. All the action stuff.
Yeah, I love the kiddies movies, the cartoons and things like Toy Story. I look at that and I think, how can that not be real?
Yeah, that's funny.
I must be really strange. Anyway,
good, Terry.
Almost time to say goodbye. I'm going to play another track from your album. We played Last Ride. We're going to play a song called Devotion. Can you tell us what it's all about? Is there a theme to the song?
Yeah, this is actually kind of a tribute to Mahavishnu Orchestra. If anybody knows who they are, that's John McLaughlin, who was still alive and is a great guitar player. And he had Billy Cobham was in his band along with Stan McClark, and they had this great band. And so it's along the lines of something that they would have done. I had a violin player friend of mine who actually used to play with in Led Zeppelin, when they were doing their tour.
Wow.
And so that's what that's all about, with all the guys, Jamie Glazer, Sonny Emery, and J.B. Collier.
Yeah, and it's a great song, and we're going to listen to it now. It's from Alan's new album, Alan Hewitt and the One Nation. It's called Evolution. You can buy it now, and we say goodbye. Thank you very much, Alan.
Thank you, Terry.